Hello, and welcome to Weed and Grub.
What did you call the smash patty? Lacy?
Lacy, the crispy outer edges. I think that consistency could be referred to as lacy.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I also think I hate a smash burger.
Whoa.
I'm so glad that we experienced it. It was a fun adventure on the weekend. I have never left a place more unsatisfied with a mouthful of meat than a smash burger.
What? This is a huge controversy up top.
I'm just saying that I had it. I tried it. Maybe I should have gotten a double.
Producer Mark says amen. Up
Amen.
top.
Yo,
Amen.
let's go.
Death to smash burgers?
Death to a smash burger. It's
Whoa.
the idea of a burger. I'm paying for the idea of what a burger is. It's nonsense.
I am receiving my own education in what a smash burger is, and I truly, please say more about this. The idea.
I'm only going to say more if you'll share your opinion. I'm not the only one digging a hole. If you're going to get in the trenches with me, I'll keep going.
I didn't even know what a smash burger was until you told me that it was like something that I needed to know about.
Yeah, I think it's important to try, but it's not important to like enjoy have again.
Well, I had always like a favorite burger for me has always been that like juicy, fat, gastropubby kind of,
the kind of thing where it needs a long like thing to hold it together when they serve it to you.
A long thing
like
to hold,
like a long sword.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's got a thing that stabs it to hold all the pieces together. When you bite into it, like they take a temperature on it. A burger that you take a temperature on. It's got all of the sort of like the different like sauces and drips and drizzes and stuff. But as far as I understand it, a smash burger is truly like just the smashed patty with some condiments and maybe a potato bun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
just in case anyone listening didn't know what a smash burger was, I had to say because I didn't know.
Right.
It's very flat, very thin, lacy edges, perhaps, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best part of a McDonald's hamburger isn't the cheese paper.
Is a McDonald's burger a smash burger?
No, but I'm saying like a lacy edge shouldn't be your favorite part of a burger. And that's what everyone is going to is like this textural like euphoria in the smash burger realm. It's the texture and the crunch and the burn. Like I love a crispy edge of a bacon. I love when a grilled cheese, the melted cheese on the skillet gets all crispy.
Mm-hmm.
But I want a burger and I want that cheese to be the lacy part. Not the burger itself.
What do you want? Yeah, from the meat, you want that fatty, juicy, salty meat.
Nothing rolls down your arm when you're eating a smash burger. Thank you for getting me there. That is 100% the problem. Nothing rolls down the arm.
You need the wrist juice.
I need wrist juice.
Okay, what do you think about Irv's Burgers qualifying as a smash burger? Because I recently had Irv's with you.
Shout out Eric Greenspan.
Yep, I think that is technically because it's the flat, the thin patty, right?
Does it have a lacy edge to it?
I don't remember a lacy edge. I just remember how fucking delicious it was. And I want to go back for more.
I don't have a problem with a thin patty. I have a problem with a smashed patty.
Okay.
And I think that the Irv's burger is a smash patty.
All right.
Or not a smash, is a thin patty.
Thin patty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like under the ratio of like a White Castle style thinness.
Got
Let
you.
me pull up the picture. It's on my screen. It's my screensaver.
But you're mad about the smash burger because we had the experience of the very expensive, trendy, hipster Silver Lake smash burger situation.
Yeah.
Is that why you're mad?
I am mad. It was
Okay.
expensive and nonsense.
It was expensive. I did enjoy.
That doesn't look like a smash burger.
Is this Irv's?
Yeah.
No, that's not a smash burger. You're so right.
I'll show it to our guests when we get to it.
Oh
in
yeah,
a moment.
when we our VIB.
Our very important
I'm excited.
bud. So anyway, what's your feeling on a smash burger?
Recently learned about it. Not a convert. Love Irv's Burgers. Will go anytime. Always going to look for that fat, juicy baby.
Okay. Great. So do we agree that the smash burger is overrated as a burger?
I think so. I mean, $42 for 2 burgers and 2 fries with a cheese sauce and a couple of sodas seems wild.
I didn't even think about the price point. I just
Holy
thought about
Moses.
how I was looking forward to like having dinner. As soon as I ate the smash burger, I thought about dinner. You know what I mean?
As soon as I ate that smash burger, I thought about how everyone harps on millennials for being like, consuming avocado toast. And I was like, well, it's not the avocado toast that's the problem. It's obviously the fucking smash burgers. But also, it's actually not our fault because it's the elders who ruined everything for us. So
yeah, well, I don't want to get into that necessarily.
Is this a good place to say what's up?
Yeah, what up, Mary Jane?
How's it going, Mike?
Good. Welcome to Weed and Grub, everyone. This is a podcast about comedy,
cannabis,
culture,
cooking,
calling shit out,
and,
especially.
And big fights about food.
Yeah, big fights and big mouthfuls of deliciousness.
Yep.
Yeah.
And big opinions and hot takes.
I think this is going to be a food forward app.
I think this is going to be a very snacktastic episode.
Well, let's introduce our VIB then.
Let's do it.
Our very important bud. Tema, you're here. Thank you so much for being here.
A dream come true. Like I said before, I just am so happy to be here with you guys. I was doing everything in my power, though, to hold back from jumping right into this hot topic of smash burgers.
Okay.
Wrist juice, lace. Are you kidding? This is new vocabulary for me. I'm so excited.
It sounds pretty kind of like a Victorian porn when you talk about it that way.
Food porn is my jam. So either way, throw more. Yes, I'll take Victorian jam as well. That sounds great. A tale as old as time. History. Let's go.
You do have a joke that I've seen you perform to a sold out room where you emulate a piece of meat falling off a bone.
It's one of my favorite jokes. Thank you for bringing it up.
Yes.
It's my impression of a singing, slow cooked piece of meat falling off of the bone. Mike has seen it. He's seen it actually from the very beginning, probably to the evolution of the whole bit too.
Yeah, I'm so glad you stuck with it because it has grown into a closer of sorts.
And that's what I've been doing lately with it too. It's fun. It's great. Oh my God.
Well, before we get into wrist juice and lace, we got to just say a little bit about who you are for our listeners, because we've all known each other for a long time. You're in the comedy scene and the weed scene here in LA. Could you just give us a little bit about yourself up top?
Absolutely. So I've been working in the entertainment industry now since essentially 2009. Started doing stand-up in March 2009, my second semester of my senior year at Bloomington, Indiana, and Indiana University. So moved back to LA, which is where I'm from, and threw myself into the biz, started doing background acting, set PA work, and then that turned into being a stand-in, which is what I've been doing now professionally for the last 6.5 years. And also I love cannabis, so I found myself actually hosting a weekly 420 friendly comedy show at the RIP Wake and Bake Breakfast Club in North Hollywood. And that was 18 months of hosting that show. It was a really fun show. Big success as well. And then once the pandemic hit, I found myself actually working in the cannabis industry for a little bit as well. So I started working at the Higher Path, which is thanks to Adrian, our mutual friend, our mutual bud.
Yeah, shout out to Adrian Earhart.
Yeah. And that's really when I would say I became a real bud tender, because that's also where I learned the education behind cannabis and like terpenes and just the medicinal uses, recreational uses, and cannabinoids and just I think actually becoming a bud tender and working in cannabis helped me better understand my relationship with cannabis, which is so huge if you're going to be a consumer. So I have been able to I don't want to use the term self-medicate because that's a little bit like controversial.
Right.
But I understand how to self-dose properly, if that makes more sense. So I know like what's going to make me feel good, what's not going to necessarily make me feel comfortable, like, what's more racy inducing, what's like, more creative inducing, sleep inducing. So I love working with the different terpenes and just being able to kind of pick and choose. So that's kind of in a nutshell. And then right now I've been working on Abbott Elementary on ABC. So it's been a fun journey. It's been pretty cool.
Number one show in the game.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That must be just a really neat set to be on.
It's a cherry on top.
Ooh.
It really is. It's the best set I've worked on. And I've worked on a lot of really good sets, and it's been a really fun time. But there's something about this set. Everyone wants to be there. The shooting hours are chef's kiss. Like, it's mockumentary style too, so it's a la The Office, and it's fun. All the actors are just so talented. Everyone's so nice and personable. Quinta Brunson, oh my God, just like the most personable person. How many times can I say person in one sentence?
I think 5.
Personable person to many persons, people.
Yes. Epitomizing personhood.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Quinta persons.
To Quinta persons. So, and then just what also is really cool, because even though I'm a stand-in on the show, I'm an actor as well. And I feel that stand-in work has helped me become a better actor for television. And with this show in particular, what's really amazing is that we actually have to do second team rehearsals. So for those of you listening who don't know what a stand-in actually is, my job is to stand on the actor's marks while grip camera and electric set up the shot for the scene. So oftentimes in certain shows, like if it's just a multicam or if it's just like 2 cameras, sometimes they just use your body as like a warm body just to light things. And then they bring in first team to do a first team rehearsal and then go to picture. Mm-hmm. On our show, we actually do a second team rehearsal where we actually run through the scene, and it gives me the opportunity to be off book, throw my dialogue, just like put my little twist on it, have fun with the whole process.
Block.
Yeah. And
are you stand-in for a particular character?
I am, for Lisa Ann Walter, who plays Melissa Chimenti.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's the best.
Wow.
She is an absolute doll. She's so talented. And funny enough, we actually have a personal connection. Her oldest son and I went to Temple Israel of Hollywood together.
Oh my God.
What are the chances? Oy. It's
Kanye
wild.
just turned our podcast off. God damn it. God damn it. Sorry, Con.
No, we don't need that name anymore.
No.
Anyway. Throw it out.
I have a question about that, about being off book and doing blocking and second team rehearsals. When you are doing that, are you like doing it real time because they light you and then you do it in real time and you act it and maybe you find some business and you want to do things? Like, do you do that, or are you like saying the line and then hitting a mark? Like, what does it look like to be on set? Because so many people have never been on set, and then you're on set for the first time, and that's the only way you can learn how to be on set.
Totally. So we watch the rehearsals with first team. So that's usually how it goes on the day, is that they do either a private rehearsal or an open rehearsal with the first team actors, and then
first team meaning just like the
principal
cast, right?
actors,
Yep.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the cast, and then they run it with the director, the DP. And then they say marking rehearsal, which means everyone's open to come and watch it. And the marks are basically to, with the marks that the camera department are actually laying on the actors' feet. They're specific to the beats. So it's like, if this person moves here on this line, that's what I have to pay attention to. So my job really is to pay close attention to the details, like what side is this actor turning on, or like it's very specific because of lighting. Yeah. So not only has it made me a better actor for camera, but also it's made me more conscious of like surrounding and lighting, and it's just a whole thing. So when it comes to like actually like following, I really do stay true to the choreography, obviously, because you need to, obviously. I'm not the first teamer right there. So
but we're talking about technique now,
right?
Like on set, we've talked, because I'm my whole acting background is just showing up and improvising and not really doing the same thing twice in a row, right? Just options. Like, but through Mary Jane and through hearing about like what it's like to be on second team, technique is so crucial,
and
if you're gonna be on
consistency
set.
is key, right? Like,
very.
I think I really learned that when I was understudying. And, we finally got our understudy rehearsal where I got to get on stage, and I never got to do that particular show in front of an audience, but I ran through the whole thing with the director, and he was really like, oh, you missed that one part where she does this cool little thing with her foot. And I was like, whoa, down to that degree. And Mike and I were having this conversation recently about how when you're an understudy, you don't get a chance to make it yours. You are really, truly delivering the performance that was rehearsed with someone else. And so that in and of itself is its own special bag of tricks.
Sure, absolutely.
It's so interesting. So
I do get to put my spin on it. Like, just
cool.
I bring my essence to work every day anyway.
Yeah.
So like I fall into a little bit of an East Coast accent just naturally, or like I always write down my objectives for each scene. So like that gives me more like zhuzh and just fire.
That's what you want, right?
It is exactly what you want.
It's what you want.
When
what
it
your
comes
character
to scene
wants.
study, yes, of course. So I fortunately have been blessed with a really great memory, no matter how much cannabis I have smoked. But that said, I can get off book really quickly, and camera notices it. Not just camera, but producers and the director, like everyone notices. And like earlier this week, for example, we had a guest star director on our episode, and I've worked with her before, and she actually directed the episode of Life in Pieces that I was on, where it was my debut like on camera performance, which was amazing. And we were doing a second team rehearsal. I was standing in for a kid. I had one line to deliver. I delivered it. And she was like, Tema, you booked the part. Like in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Jokingly, of course, because obviously she was like, not really, but you know what I mean.
Right. You
but
nailed
still,
it.
Yeah.
Giving you your roses in front of
Yes.
everyone.
But that means
Yeah.
so much to me, like to have that recognition. And I know my place, but at the same time, I've worked very hard, and I'm not going to be a second teamer for my entire life. But this is just, it feels good to be in a place where I know I'm valued for my craft, for my work, for my consistency.
Well, you're not a second teamer because was it at Sundance? Where'd your movie drop?
That is,
Sundance?
Yeah, it was Sundance.
Yeah.
I got a call from a friend of mine who used to PA and is now a DGA member. Like he's a first AD. And he was like, hey, Tema, kind of random, but I don't know what your schedule's like. I was curious if you'd be interested in coming in for an interview. I'm in need of 2 female background actors with really strong comedic timing. So I got called in, and I found out that it was for this little indie feature starring St. Vincent and Carrie Brownstein. Like, no big deal. Bill Benz is directing it, and just like, okay, so let's go. And basically what happened was I got booked on it, and then I brought in my friend Erica, who I just worked with on a pilot, and we got cast as the camera operator and the boom mic operator for Carrie Brownstein's like little, film crew going around that's filming St. Vincent on this tour. And then we ended up getting upgraded to first team, which is how we actually got contracted and like credited in the movie. So that was how that all happened. A lot of my work has been word of mouth, man. It's been really
Always.
I've been very lucky, you know?
Yeah.
The saying, it's not like what you know, it's who you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also not who you know, it's who knows you. So keep that name circulating.
And how you show up. I mean,
totally. That means so much. Your impression is it's everything.
It is.
So, yeah, strong work ethic. I mean, honestly, work hard and be likable and, don't be late. That's really the best advice you can give someone.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
It's simple.
5 minutes early is on time, right?
Yeah.
I had a conversation with
someone. Think that. Yeah.
So, I had a conversation recently with someone who I made that joke, and he was like, "Oh no, 5 minutes early is late.
Yeah.
20 minutes early is on time."
Okay,
in my
but
gig.
like we live in LA. Let's be honest. Sometimes they're pulling in, but like people are just coming in by the skin of their teeth.
Sure.
And, like when you texted me today and you were like 30 extra minutes, I was like, oh my God, this actually means I can be on time today.
100%.
Speaking of things that we were doing before the podcast, I flew to Oakland today and right back.
What?
I know this is really strange, but not really.
Were you like carrying weight?
I'm always carrying baggage, Mary Jane, let's be honest.
I mean, did you have a pound of weed on you?
No,
Yeah.
no, I was going for a drug deal. No, I wasn't actually. No, Southwest was offering a travel companion program. So basically, if you booked a flight by a certain date and then traveled within a certain time period for next January through March of 2023, you can travel with someone for free. Like someone can travel with you for free.
Okay.
The travel companion pass. So my mom and I today flew up to Oakland, $69 each way. Nice. And then
What'd you
right
do?
back.
Grab some French toast and
Not at
orange
all.
juice?
Sat in one of the what do you call it? The gates that was empty because there were less people there. I mean, really fun times. No, it was fine. It was just a simple trip. We just wanted to be able to travel somewhere close. That was
so
cheap.
this
That's
is
so
a good
smart.
spot to
Yeah.
bring up the fact that you travel
I
pretty
love
extensively
to travel.
and because you and your family hang out, like you all like
we do.
each other.
We do.
Jealous.
Yeah, jealous.
Jealous.
Jealous is someone
Yeah.
who doesn't necessarily have that in my no, but like you
It's-
guys chill together as
We
a cool
do.
tight unit.
Yeah,
been
why do you
very
like your
blessed.
family?
Yeah, what's up with that?
What's up, Tema? Why the
There's
hell do you
so
like
many
your
thi-
family?
There's so many reasons. There's also so many reasons I don't like my. No, I'm kidding. I've been really lucky. I grew up here, and I have been. I mean, my parents still live in the same house that I grew up in, basically. So moved in on my 5th birthday into Toluca Lake. Still the best
Lovely.
birthday gift I've received, by the way.
Toluca Lake is the place in LA for Halloween decorations. Am I right?
Girl, you gotta come.
Yeah.
You gotta come check it out.
Okay, cool.
We're leveling it up even more this year.
Okay.
And also we've got Rick Baker across the street, who is like the
The
number
movie
one-
makeup man?
The movie makeup man.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
fuck. fuck. He
Yeah.
did, I think, Hellraiser.
Yeah, he's done he did
Whoa,
American
really?
Werewolf in Paris,
Yeah.
Monsters, like all the classic hits, Men in Black. I
Whoa.
mean, my back hurts. Let me pick up his names.
What does Rick Baker's house look like?
Well, he
Halloween.
currently, if you go to his Instagram at the Rick Baker, you actually can see how he's been putting together what he's been putting. He has a legit set piece in his driveway, and I have no idea what this man is up to, but every single year he throws a curveball. And Roy Disney also. I'm really dropping names.
Well,
but
listen.
Well, look, this is who you
We
live
gotta
next
go to your
to.
neighborhood.
What are we talking about? This is how it
the
is.
thing. I mean, I'm going to drop one more name. When I was younger, Jennifer Love Hewitt was in the neighborhood, and I was so excited to go and trick or treat at her house.
Mm-hmm.
And I made her laugh because I told her what my outfit was, my costume. I was dressed in a Chicago Bulls jersey with a basketball and cuts and bruises all over me. And I said I was someone who got into Dennis Rodman's way.
That's very funny.
And she loved it. She loved it. I made such a strong impression. But yeah, it's just Halloween in Toluca Lake has always been just my favorite thing. And it's my favorite holiday too. So
Hell yes.
it's really nostalgic. People go all out. And I think that there's just something so special about that spirit of Halloween in the neighborhood and just people wanting to just go balls to the wall. So
balls to the wall.
yeah,
Oh,
it's crazy.
fucking love it.
But to circle back to my family and spending time with them and traveling, I definitely want to get into because there's been so much fun travel that I've done even just in this year alone. I mean,
Oklahoma or Oakland.
Oklahoma.
Oakland was a hot one this morning for
That's
sure.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
I've
smart
been to
move.
Oakland today. Let's see. I recently on my last hiatus, I got to do Carlsbad and then Laguna. So it was like a beach kind of travel thing.
Nice.
My birthday, I rung in 35 in New Orleans.
Wow.
Have you guys been to New Orleans?
I showed my boobs on Bourbon Street one time.
Fantastic. How
Did you
that
get
go?
beads or not?
I did. I got beads.
Oh, you got beads.
I got beads.
Oh, you got beads?
Oh, you got beads.
I did get beads. Yeah.
huh?
I had to do
Wait,
it. And
can
then I
ask you
immediately
another-
felt weird about it. It was an interesting, like, this is what you do because this is what everyone does. And then immediately I was like, oh, I wonder. But then it was fine. It was fine.
I have technique questions as we talk about
Yeah.
travel because I've never been to
Mark
New
got
Orleans.
beads.
You
Producer
got
Mark
beads,
says,
Producer Mark?
yep, I got beads.
Fantastic.
Press those nips against the glass, homie.
What color? Yeah, show us your beads.
What are
When
your
you-
technique questions?
When you show your boobs on Bourbon Street,
Mhm.
do you pull down the shirt or do you lift up
That's
the
a
shirt?
really great question.
I was wearing a fishnet dress, so I just like kind of yoinked him out the V-neck cleavage situation.
So it was
I
a
like
downside.
Yeah,
a yoinker.
I did
a
a
yoinker. It was a yoinker.
It was an old yoink and hoist, you know.
Oh my God. Wrist juice, lacing, yoink and hoist.
Yeah,
My
the old yoink and
vocab
hoist, you
is
know.
really pumping up.
Welcome to Weed and Grub.
Yeah.
Only we can grab. I love it. It's so great.
Did you do a yoink and hoist when you were in?
I did not.
No.
No. I would have, but
I'll go with you next time. We'll
Would
do it
you?
together. Yeah.
I want to go back. I've been literally dreaming about going back to New Orleans. New Orleans and going back to the Maldives. The Maldives is
That was your fucking trip where you went to like Dubai.
Yeah, we did Dubai and the Maldives.
Wild.
Very lucky that I was able to go on that trip. That
Mhm.
was a funny situation because my mom had gotten invited to go on this trip. It was with 15 other women between the ages of 50 and 75.
Yeah.
I got to go be a part of that trip. My mom and I were the only mother-daughter duo. But I brought down that age average, and everyone else was really grateful for that.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
awesome.
saw like
Good hang.
I was following you
Yes.
on IG because it was the best escape was to see what you were up to and where you were. And you were like doing, you were always like making them laugh. And, they set you up to do a couple shows,
I
I
actually
think.
got to perform for this group of women in the Maldives. And the way
Wild.
that it all went down to was just bizarre. It was so funny because when they all found out that I was a comedian, they were like, oh my God, are you going to perform for us? I'm like, I'm on vacation too, miss.
Yeah.
But it was not going to happen in Dubai. And I said to Alyssa, who was one of the ladies who helped spearhead this whole trip, I said to her, when could we do something? And she said, let's do it when we're in the Maldives because it's going to be more relaxed. There's not as big of an agenda.
They're not going to flog you if you're not appropriately attired.
Exactly. Yeah, the yoink and hoist is definitely
Yeah, the old yoink
not-
and hoist, I would have been.
It's not their
30
favorite move there.
lashes.
Yeah, exactly. So it was on Friday night because we did 5 nights in Dubai and then 4 nights in the Maldives. And the journey to get there is very, very long as well. I mean, first of all, to get from we did LAX to Doha in Qatar, and then Doha to Dubai.
Wild.
Dubai to Malé, which is the international airport for the Maldives.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Malé, you take one of those little seaplanes.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So it's like Indiana Jones style.
Oh,
like,
totally. Yeah.
Following along
I mean,
on the
I
map.
was Indiana Jones on
Did you
that.
bring edibles?
With me on the trip? I thought you asked me now. I was like, no, actually, funny that you asked that because it's so forbidden over there.
Yeah.
And like I've heard so many horror stories of people getting busted at the airport and then getting detained, and I don't want that.
Not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
Yeah.
So what I did in preparation for that actually is I got sober. I did the California sober thing in January. So it was like January 7th. I was like, I want 21 days before I go on this trip to be completely clear of cannabis.
That's awesome.
Oh.
What a great idea.
It was so smart. And I'm really glad I did it because I can tell that it helped me so much. Because had I been on that trip and had just smoked, anxiety, man, is real.
Yeah.
And that kicks in. And when you go off of cannabis like that, I mean, it's
I'm a crabby bitch.
I heard your episode in Amsterdam and everything, and like no one wants to be like that. So you kind of have to prepare in some way, and that was what I chose to do.
I do have to say too that I like your redefinite, because Cali sober I've heard Cali sober as being where you cut everything out,
right,
except for plant medicine,
right, yeah.
But you're saying your version was like you cutting weed out for 3 weeks.
Yeah. I shouldn't say California sober. I was definitely not alcohol sober. I mean, not to say I substituted it.
Right.
But I definitely, cannabis, it's so much a part of our lifestyle and what we do, whether it's medicinal, recreational. But it was one of those things where, like, if you even just take a day off, or even if you're cutting back, you can feel that.
Yeah.
So having to go, I ended up being 31 or 32 days, like, sober of weed. And I mean, I felt good. I felt fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, and then getting back into cannabis, I kind of realized, you know what, maybe I don't want to smoke that much anymore. And then next thing you know, next week or 2 weeks later, I'm like, back to the grind.
Yeah.
Are you happy on that grind? Like, are you happy with your consumption level?
I think
more or less
now I'm in a really good place, because I think that, moderation is key with anything, really. And I will get myself so stoned to the point where I just start munching and I can't stop. And I don't like the feeling of losing control. That's not my favorite.
Yep.
And because that plays so much into, like, what you put in your body and how you feel, and weight gain, weight loss, and being on camera and just looking a certain way. Not to get too much into like the physical aspect, but also it really comes, I say physical also, like in terms of how your body feels.
Right.
Like you can get into gastro problems, like if you're not really putting good stuff into your body. And
sure.
So,
we have a friend, Michael Gable, who's on the show. He's a male model, and he says it's not what you eat the night before, it's what you eat 2 weeks before the shoot.
Oh,
which I fucking loved.
Wow,
because it's like,
ding-a-ling.
you could eat that burger the night before and it's like whatever, but it's like all the things you did 2 weeks ago at that party that are finally being put into practice and so it's like he's always thinking in terms of like that long game when it comes to what he's putting in his body in case of an opportunity, which I really like just as like a way to live in general. Totally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I, it's like when you're hungover from alcohol, but it's like the third day and you're like, yo, it's the third day of my head feeling like this. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, your cells are still all shriveled and weird.
Yeah, totally.
I will say I'm doing sober October right now.
How do you feel?
Or no alcohol October, I should say. I'm plenty of weed and mushrooms October.
Yeah.
I feel great because I had just gotten to a place over the summer with just everything that was going on in my life. Like I finally really truly like physically needed a break from alcohol. Like we ended up at a business conference in Las Vegas and we were like on the casino floor at one point and I had like a drink in my hand and I was like, this just truly feels like poison in my body. I just need to take a break. And so it's been awesome to take a break and sort of recalibrate. But what I've also allowed myself to do in that moment is just not worry about any of the other things that I'm choosing to like not have in place of alcohol, but like I'm like, if I want to have like a goddamn ice cream sandwich and a burger and whatever, like that has felt nice to sort of like just allow
and then that's
my
breakfast, and then you like
hedonistic
start your day.
Yeah.
self to be
and
a
then a
hedonist.
donut for lunch, and then a
Listen.
creme brulee for dinner.
Yes.
Trader Joe's pumpkin muffin for breakfast.
I
That's
tried
what
a bite
happened
of it today. It was great.
It's
Yeah?
like cake. It really is.
Delish.
It's not going to last forever. I'm allowing myself to do it for a
I
moment in time.
love that a muffin. It's so moist. It is cake. It's just in muffin form.
We gotta get
It's fucking cake.
It's just missing icing.
It's not a
Yeah.
muffin.
Oh, no,
Come on.
Yeah, there's no
Cake for
icing on
breakfast.
that cake. Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
You know, I appreciate so much that we're talking about all this too, because like we clearly are not people who like live to eat. No, I'm sorry. We don't eat to live. We live to eat.
Yes,
So, God,
absolutely.
I hate that I fucked that up. But we,
That's okay. I stepped on your grinder joke earlier. Don't worry
it's
about
okay.
it.
No, it's fine. We live to eat.
Mhm.
Like we are people who love to eat.
Yes.
We live to eat. I love eating my way through a new city if I've never been there before. I think it's just so fun to taste different. I was going to say taste different cultures, and that might sound a little weird, but you know what I mean by
Yeah.
that. I love to.
I don't know. I've kissed a bunch of strangers in my life.
Mhm.
All over the
that's
world.
Beautiful. Yeah, different Hosen area codes, right?
Many codes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bunch of codes.
The +1, but also 411.
Yeah, 01, 014.
Shout out to the 818.
Shout
the
out.
haters of the. I don't know. Damn it, lost my speed.
What did you eat in Dubai, the Maldives, and New Orleans that really got you going? Because I just ordered Goldbelly, and I ordered a muffaletta. I was craving a muffaletta so hard
Cute.
that I ordered one from Goldbelly, and so yeah, I'm just always. I've never been to New Orleans, Dubai, any of these places, so I'm always curious what you snacking on.
So in Dubai, we stayed at what was it? Oh my gosh, the Andaz in Dubai, which is part of the Palm Jumeirah, and they did have an all-inclusive breakfast. So as you can only imagine, when you wake up in the morning and then you just go down to a lobby full of all these wonderful things, like things that you're familiar with, unfamiliar, and you just take a little and try everything.
Mhm.
That's so much different as a touring comedian
Yeah.
when they talk about the inclusive breakfast.
Oh, this was extravagant.
Okay,
There was
'cause I was
It's
like,
just like
oh, did-
cornflakes and a banana, right?
Yeah,
was
right.
not
Oh,
the
was there
Holiday Inn.
cottage cheese?
Okay.
Whoa, you know,
There
like-
was, and then 50 other things. So,
I just picture myself. Who's the snake in Harry Potter? Nagini. And what is the name of the snake? What was it, Mark? Nagini. I was picturing myself as like that snake heading down to that buffet and just unhinging my
funny.
jaw and then just like doing like a one full body slither
Yes.
through the whole
the
thing.
jaw unhinge is crucial.
Just
Absolutely.
listen, that would, yeah.
In
That
fact,
would
that's
rule.
something I wish if I were a snake, that would probably be one of my favorite things that I could do is unhinge my jaw.
And
Are you
eat that
kidding?
whole buffet.
Yeah. Oh my God, you can totally capitalize so much more time and like energy. That
We
way.
see Mary Jane. There's a fondue fountain sticking out of her side.
Ah,
Oh, man.
I love that so much. In terms of like the food in Dubai, like it was good. They have no pork whatsoever.
Mhm.
That's definitely not a thing. I do remember getting very happy about the fact that they had a mini donut station. That was very true to my calling.
Mhm.
There's really only one restaurant I have to talk about that was in Dubai, and it's called Il Boro, Tuscan restaurant.
Ooh.
And it was some of the best Italian food I've ever had in my life. And they have another location, I believe, in London. I forget where else they might have one, but it's Il Boro. And like I've never had better grilled octopus in my life. And this was
Whoa.
just the texture, the taste, the flavor, just all across the board, 11 out of 10, I would even say. And just the pasta dishes, the homemade pastas and the wines, and then having, a sommelier just coming around and like talking to, that always makes your journey that much more personable,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I love wine and food pairing. I mean, I grew up with that too, especially with my family. I mean, that was a big thing.
You mean
So-
like beyond like Seder and things like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? You would
my
do like
parents have a whole wine cellar and everything. My dad was
Cool.
the head of the wine chair committee at Lakeside Golf Club for 5 years.
Wow.
He knows
Let's
his
get
shit.
into
Yo,
it.
let's
Yeah,
go.
let's get into
Cool.
Yeah,
it.
he knows his grapes. All right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Heavy in varietals. So definitely familiar. Like I have a good palate, not to toot my own horn, but like it's been exercised a couple times.
Yeah.
But that was the restaurant that I loved so much. And then when it came to New Orleans, the GW Finn's restaurant, that was the first restaurant that we went to, and they had these lobster pot stickers, I remember.
Oh,
fuck.
It was delicious, and just the texture, the cream.
GW Finn's?
GW Finn's.
That sounds like an attorney business.
Totally.
Mhm.
What do I mean by
For
that?
like
And,
Nemo?
a law
it
firm.
is, and they're right above
An
the
attorney
restaurant.
business.
Really?
No, not at all.
An attorney business. My brain just totally farted. But, a law firm.
I have an attorney business. Would you like to join in?
Can I attorney for you?
Yeah.
I ate a meal in New Orleans that was it was a crab stuffed veal chop.
What
Did
the
you come across
frick?
anything like that?
I mean, no, but that sounds amazing.
It was too much.
That part I came across in New Orleans. Too much.
Mhm.
Too much of everything. Just
Mm.
because I like talk about eating and drinking. I mean, the first full day that we had, it was my mom, my cousin Taryn, and one of my best friends, Sarah, who lives in Minnesota. Great town for some food, by the way.
Minnesota.
Yeah. There's some really good eats. Also, Juicy Lucy. We'll circle back.
Okay.
But,
well, you still haven't given us your smash burger opinion.
Yeah,
so.
no,
right.
I can't wait to give that. I have a bite to pick. Nope. I'm sorry. Anyway, Cafe du Monde, by the way,
Oh,
worth the hype.
Okay.
Worth it all. Oh
Okay.
my God. I even I was a little proud of this one, but got a picture, put it on the gram, tagged it, captioned it saying BRB, beignet right back. I was
Props.
it was a legit one of the best flavors I've ever put in my
A
mouth.
beignet.
A beignet, but like just the it's hot, it's fresh, and it's like not thick in batter. It's actually like really light and fluffy and crisp, and it's sprinkled with love of powdered sugar, and it's like, and you've got live music playing in the street to boot. I mean, like, it doesn't get much more New Orleans and beautiful in life than that.
Yeah.
And we had tried another beignet, and I forget the name of the place. Clearly not as memorable, but
Yeah.
like it couldn't compare. And
I love what you're saying about that, because we were just talking about how like all of the best bites are
Mhm.
truly cinematic.
yeah,
And that sounds like a cinematic
It
bite, because it wasn't just about
was.
the actual beignet. It was also, like you're saying, the setting, the
It
music.
was.
like
those
that-
notes just like
Yeah.
drift off, and you feel like it's that moment in Ratatouille with like
Yeah.
where it's like pairing this and this, and then listen to the symphony that it plays in your head, and it's just all
Yeah.
these musical notes. It's the pairing of everything.
Mhm.
And that's also what makes food and culture and just wine and weed and everything just so much more exciting and enjoyable. It levels everything up. So,
Yeah.
And also Pat and Oswald, come on the pod.
I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Patton, I love you. One more thing I do want to share about New Orleans is that Sazerac Bar, which is in the Roosevelt Hotel, which is where we stayed. Aaron, who was our bartender, we visited him every night because we got the best. I've never had a better gin fizz in my life. And I
Mm.
don't drink a gin fizz.
I've
That's
never
not my
heard of
thing.
it. Yeah.
Right? This tasted like a key lime pie.
Ooh.
And
Top
like,
3 pie.
Right?
Yeah.
Did it have an egg white in there?
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why. That's
Tradish.
why.
Yep.
Exactly. What are your top two on top? Like with the three?
Banana cream is number 1
Okay.
with like high. It needs to be a high pie.
Yeah, high pie.
Key lime is number 2.
Yeah.
And it's called French Silk, which is number 3, which is like a chocolatey puddingy thing with like
Yes.
cream on top and then shaved chocolate on top and a graham cracker crust.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where can one get that French silk pie?
It was in St. Louis when I had it.
Oh.
RIP to this restaurant. It was a pie restaurant similar to House of Pies, but it was called Tippins. And you
I like
went
that.
there
Sounds like a law firm.
for the pies.
Tippins, would you like to attern with me? Tippins and attorns.
They're ambulance chasers.
Yeah. And it was like Cheesecake Factory style, but for pie. And
Okay.
and it was
Okay.
in St. Louis. And every time we went there, dessert first on that bitch.
Hell yes.
Dessert
like that.
first.
Yeah.
French silk pie. Let's get it going.
Wow.
Crazy.
And also, I will, similar to, I don't know if you ever watch Great British Baking Show at all.
I've dabbled a
Dabble.
little.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the thing I'm
Not
not
as much
hearing.
as Chopped, by the way.
Well, we should
We'll
get into that
too.
too. This is part 1
Yes.
with Tema Sall. And The thing that I love about Great British Baking Show that no one is talking about is how great of a slice Paul Hollywood cuts. He's generous in his slicing, which I love.
Crucial.
And Tippins, as a pie place, like, you know, I think you could get 8 slices. This is more of a 6 slice pie because they're so generous with their triangles, which I'll always appreciate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He is very sort of assertive in that big slice that he takes. It's like a nice sort of like you feel like you'd be taken care of by that slice landing in front of you with Paul Hollywood and his
it's
his
super
slice
generous.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Speaking of a generous slice, Aroma Cafe always gives a very generous slice. Have you guys ever been to Aroma Cafe?
No.
Well, if you fuck with pie, you fuck with cake, you fuck with baked goods.
Muffins that are cake.
Yes, yeah, you will get it.
Unhinging your jaw. Yeah,
I mean, but their slices. I think it's just so expensive because they literally give you such a big slice of cake of your serving. So, but I don't mind that. I'm not mad about that. Like if I want cake, I want you know, not a full cake, but I'll take, you know, a half a slice of the cake.
How much would you pay for a nice big slice of cake? Maybe it's a 4-tier with icing in between, or whatever your kind of cake that you're usually craving is.
So,
what's your price point?
My personal one or their price point?
Your personal one.
I think it's fair. Like, I mean, if we're talking like a really generous slice, I mean, I think it's reasonable to do $7 to $10.
Oh shit, yeah. I was gonna say 12.
Go like that.
Oh, do I have a booger?
You do.
Oh wow, but on pod booger. Sorry, everyone.
On pod.
You can't see it if you're listening. So lucky you.
And
Thanks, Mike.
cake.
7 to 10.
Well, maybe that's just me being like generous to.
Oh, I was thinking 12. So I love that you're a little lower.
Well, I think it used to be, and then it just got raised over time. I feel like I paid for a slice of cake at one point that was $7.
I mean, we're paying $7 a gallon of gas right now.
So now we're paying $12 a slice of cake. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, inflation's
California's
real,
crazy.
Yeah, California's on another level.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I do remember paying at one point like $7 for a slice of cake, and I also remember filling up my tank for less than $20 one time.
Yeah,
so times have changed, people.
Fuck yes.
But yes, I mean nowadays I think 12 is probably our range. So.
Do you want to try something on pod?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
We got to.
Part of our news segment.
Yes.
You're here on a very special occasion, Tema.
I love
we were actually
it.
waiting until you were our guest to do this.
Seriously?
Right.
Truly.
Guys, I'm honored.
Because today is a very cool day in weed and grub world.
Yeah, we are going to taste the new line of TSUMo Snacks in collaboration with Snoop. They have released Uncle Snoop's Tasty Snacks, and there are 2 flavors with TSUMo Snacks, and you can check them out at TSUMoSnacks.com. There's a link to them in the show notes. You can get a free unmedicated sample of TSUMo Snacks if you go on their website. And we love TSUMo, and they sent us over the new flavors to try.
So it's a Funyun.
Yeah.
I love
and it's
Funyuns.
infused.
Yeah.
And they just partner with Snoop Dogg to do it. So
I love Snoop Dogg.
it's like all over the news. It's awesome. There were some
Wins.
tweets for it. So there's 2 flavors, but I want to try the flavor that you'd be most interested in. Okay.
There's onion. There's like regular or spicy.
Spicy onion.
You want to try the spice?
I mean,
Okay, we're cracking.
Yeah, I mean, we can crack them all eventually.
Yeah. And then the chili
You
limon.
had this one. I heard this was a party in your mouth.
Oh, it's so good.
That is a party
Okay,
in your mouth.
great.
I would make a 7-layer dip with the chili limon.
Oh.
And then they also have all these flavors that we've
Oh
got
my
back here. If you're
gosh.
watching our YouTube, you can see everything. But today we are going to try.
Let's try that spicy onion because
Spicy?
I love onion,
I
but
do
like
too.
kick a little spice.
Oh,
right?
hell yeah.
Like
Mhm.
kick it up a notch, as Emerald would say.
These are called Snazzle Os,
Fuck
spicy onion, and it's we've got the bag here that's 100 milligrams for the whole bag.
Okay.
Perfect to share.
Archie, that's not for you.
Archie the dog is also here on pod today, and he
Hi,
wants to
Archie.
try.
Say hi to your fans, Archie.
Go to sumosnacks.com. Also, thank you, Sumo, for letting us try these.
Yeah.
thank you.
I feel like I don't know. It's cool to be on. Love being on a list. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't?
Who
I
doesn't?
love a good list.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I
I'm
also
having
like
some
making
crinkling.
them.
I was looking on Twitter at these, and there's like people who are like, make sure you lay out a blunt and some Snazzle Os on 420 for
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Santa Snoop.
Yeah, Santa Snoop.
You get
Love
to
it.
be our first
Thank you.
on
Ooh.
pod sampler.
Oh, they're red. Oh, sweet.
This reminds me, this is like a flaming hot Cheeto situation we got going on right now.
That has grown into my top 5.
Oh.
Flaming Hot Cheetos have raised the roof to get into my top 5 chips.
I love that.
Check
This
these
is-
out.
This really
Great.
does taste like a Funyun,
Yum.
like a flaming hot Funyun. Flaming Hot Funyun is the name of my new improv troupe, by the way.
Really?
No, not at all.
You had me.
These are
I love them.
They're
great.
so
These
delicious.
are fantastic.
The thing that I just did that was really pleasing in my mouth was that I kind of let it dissolve a little bit. Like, do you ever like suck on Funyuns to just get
Yes.
the extra onion
yeah.
hit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know what?
I think this would be a great topping for a green bean casserole.
Oh, come on, yes.
Mm-hmm. A medicated green bean.
That or even, I'm sure the onion one. I mean, what I love about onion flavor, especially like for a chip, I really usually compare it back to the Maui chip.
Yes, Maui's a great chip.
Those are the best.
Oh man, these are
Speaking
good.
of Maui and traveling, I'll be there next month. What's up?
What?
My mom is turning 70.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, 70 years old. She is.
What's your mom's name?
Dorothy.
Happy birthday, Dorothy.
Yeah.
I love a
Dorothy.
Snazzle O. Okay, here's my review on it.
Okay.
Hot.
Yeah.
The spice hits the back of the tongue real nice.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you taste the onion first and then the spicy second. So I want to get another one so that I can retaste the onion flavor again. You know, it's like a 2-part thing. Like we had somebody on, they have their own brand named Tempo Crackers, and they always do
Shout out Robert.
shout out Robert. And he's like, the key to a really good flavor combo is you taste one and then the other,
I
and which
love
makes
that.
you want to go back into the bag to taste that first flavor again. And these are nailing that because it's onion spice.
Oh,
Yeah. I feel the zones on my tongue really
Totally.
clearly. Like the heat is activating the side zones of my tongue, and then the front is the front sweet and the back salty? I can't remember. My tongue feels like a landing strip for the Snazzle Os coming in hot. Snazzle Os coming in hot, landing perfectly.
gonna have one
Great
more.
job, SUMo Snacks.
Yeah.
And Snoop, honestly, I mean, he obviously has his finger on the pulse of everything that's good
Yeah,
in
everything he
cannabis.
touches turns to weed.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's what
This
I mean,
is such a good gift.
it really
Yes.
is. Thank you so
I'm
much.
sorry, but like holidays are upon us. And if
That's a great idea.
this is bomb.
fantastic.
Don't
idea.
give it out to kids for Halloween, but do give it to your friends for Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Thanksgiving
That's a
and
great
Christmas. Like these are bomb, dude.
The quality and the flavor, everything's
Fuck.
there.
Yeah.
My taste buds are currently dancing. They're
Yeah.
happy. When it comes to spice, I have to be careful because if it gets a little too spicy, I start hiccuping.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the sign. So these are like not overpowering either, which is really nice. They're enjoyable. I like them a lot.
Fucking delicious.
Yum.
They are available currently at all MedMen locations in California. So if you are planning a Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving or however you celebrate, I highly recommend this be in your snack bowl.
Have you ever done fried turkey?
One time, yeah, deep fried turkey.
Deep fried turkey?
Yeah.
I was watching a video on deep
We
fried
got a
turkey.
thumbs up from producer Mark on that.
And they did a classic spicy breading. Howlin' Rays. They did the
Oh,
Howlin'
yes.
Rays
Mhm.
on a fried turkey. If you blitzed this up and fried your turkey and then used the Snazzle Os
Yeah.
to like cover it,
Yeah.
I think that would be really delicious.
Hell yes, that would be
That would
amazing.
be bomb.
Also, you could throw some of the other flavors into stuffing. Like you could put some chili
What a
limon.
brilliant
limon.
idea.
We're just gonna
Yeah.
envelop
We're
an
just coming
entire
up with-
turkey.
yeah.
Well, shit.
And
When
the
we
whole
do
dinner?
Thanksgiving, let's crack some sumo snacks
Yeah.
and like do some things.
You want to do a whole
Sounds great.
Thanksgiving with some sumo and set it up?
You know he does when he does that voice drop. You know.
Because you can take the salsa verde and put them in mashed potatoes with like a garlic mashed potato,
That's so smart.
right? And then you have a little hit of chili in there.
I am getting very excited about this.
It is going to be 1,000 milligram Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I cannot wait.
it's gonna
Well, as
be
long
off
as
the
it's at my
charts.
house.
I'm doing the opposite of Cali sober.
Yeah. It's a crippling Thanksgiving. We're crawling out of here.
We're
guys.
getting legless.
Yeah.
Well, I think that brings us to our Grub Gazette news segment, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Because I am stoked about this story because it's about psychedelics. And, we always love reporting what's going on in psychedelic policy. This is from Marijuana Moment. And the headline is Colorado governor unsure how he'll vote on psychedelics legalization ballot initiative, despite previously backing reform. Archie is panting because he doesn't like the way this sounds. But it's the news story is that the Colorado governor, Jared Polis, who has been really progressive on cannabis, is saying that he's currently undecided on how he's going to vote on a historic ballot initiative that would legalize psychedelics possession and it would be behind creating psilocybin healing centers throughout Colorado. even though he's voiced support for decriminalization, he gave a non-committal response when he was asked about the ballot measure. And he said he was going to be reading the Blue Book and making a decision after much discussion. And Marijuana Moment is just calling it out and saying that.
Sorry.
What are you doing, Mike?
I'm snacky. I'm snacky.
Whenever Mike gets bored during the news, he just
He
like
turns off on snacks.
Yep.
That's so
All right.
true.
Well, we're done with the news.
No,
Okay.
we're not. I have things to say about it.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
No, I'm done. You talk now.
Oh, my mouth is full of snacks.
Okay.
I mean, I'll hold them for you.
What do you think, Tema?
So in terms of like where he stands on wanting to actually put it on the ballot, like having it become,
It's going to be on the ballot, and he's
Yeah.
just saying that he's undecided about supporting it. Like he doesn't know how he's going to vote personally on this historic ballot initiative, even though like it'll be a voter initiative.
right.
So it's not
But
up to
it's
him
also
whether or not it passes.
legalized in the state of Colorado
That's correct.
as of now. So
Correct. This would legalize psychedelics possession, and then there would be psilocybin healing centers legal under
and
this.
the only other states in our country that actually have legalized psychedelics, I mean, as of now, it's just Oregon, right?
And they've been decriminalized, not legalized. They're
Okay,
currently not
right.
legal in any state.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about him. I can share my personal opinion about psychedelics in general. I think that it's great in doses, and I think it can be used medicinally, and I think that it doesn't need to be always happening for one person like constantly. I think that everyone has to use it to their own like dose and their advantage, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
like I am for healing centers. I think that that's great. There was a documentary that came out recently. I forget the name of it, but it's the one that has each drug as like their own episode. So where one is psychedelics, another is LSD, another is
Is it like a Vice show, or is it a Netflix
it's on
show?
Netflix.
It's on
and
Netflix.
It was with I think he was a scientist or a doctor, but bringing back, legalizing.
Are you talking about the Michael Pollan series? How to
that
Change Your Mind?
Yes, that one. Thank you
Mhm.
so much.
Yeah.
We got there. Yes, I think that is really helpful for people, especially with OCD or PTSD or
Yeah, anxiety.
depression and anxiety.
Mhm.
I think that when you use it for medicinal purposes, I'm all for that, because why suffer through life? If you're trying to enjoy it, you should be enjoying it. And if it takes some shrooms to get there, fucking go for it.
Right.
But I don't understand why he is not for it.
Right. This is the thing. Like this article on Marijuana Moment is calling out that it is sort of a repeat of 2012 when
Right.
Colorado voters were, on board to legalize cannabis, but a lot of the state representatives were like on the fence about it until they saw which way the voters went. So it's sort of
Right.
like that political thing of like
Ah.
waiting to see which way the tide goes, and then obviously you
Right.
come out in support of whatever the voters want. So it's just an interesting story that like it's even on the ballot in Colorado. I
Sure.
think is the real story is like voters will
Let's
have
talk
an
about that.
opportunity in November to decide whether or not they want this to be a possibility. It's freaking
I'm
awesome.
for it, man.
It would the
I'm
Natural
also
Medicine
for
Health
these.
Act initiative would accomplish possession, use, cultivation, and sharing of this list of psychedelics, and it would develop rules for a therapeutic program. It would be responsible for allowing people who have the desire to use it in a scientific and religious context. Just sort of scanning this article. But anyway, I think it's kind of neat to see, we'll pay attention to what's going on in Colorado next month.
For bills like that, is there ever other areas of the bill that are not being mentioned in articles like that, possibly? Like, you know how like here in California, you'll have Prop 30, but
Right.
it'll like have 90 fucking things
Right.
that
I'm
are
being
a part
told
of
to-
Prop 30.
Yeah, right now I'm being told to vote yes on it if I want to stop climate change, and no on it if I want to keep dialysis centers open.
Exactly, right.
Which is so crazy.
It's-
Like
what are we talking about?
Right,
Why,
right.
And also, why is this my decision whether we do climate change or dialysis machines?
right.
Like
yeah.
in one
Right.
in one vote. Like
One
what a
big swoop.
fucking banana thing. So it's things like that. I always wonder if there are other areas of a bill like that need to be addressed to fully understand
Sure.
what's on the docket. you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Well, this is yes on 122 as the thing that I just pulled up here that the article linked to. It's called a breakthrough treatment to help Coloradans heal. Proposition 122 would create a state regulated system for supervised access to psychedelic therapies.
So it's a thing.
Yeah, it sounds
it's a
like it's a thing.
101.
Interesting to follow and update when we know more after the election.
Yeah. Also, if you don't vote for that, you're a loser.
Yeah,
We don't know that.
I mean,
I think you're a loser.
You think I'm a loser?
I think if you don't vote for that, you stink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not
Mike-
voting in Colorado, but
wait, Mary Jane, Mike would never think that you're a loser, like a real one.
oh, we get into it sometimes.
Yeah.
we get it. We scrap.
It's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Do you want to hear one?
Yeah.
Can I be
This is why
open
I'm
about it?
sitting
Oh,
here
sure.
Like I'm like oh.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So we were on our way to a this weed thing this weekend,
Mhm.
and I was telling Mary Jane I had a set at the Hollywood Improv,
Mhm.
and I was going to work on some new stuff.
Yeah.
Political, like short-term political things, just things happening in the world
Yeah.
that I have a window of 2 weeks to make a joke about, and then
Mhm.
time to move on. But it keeps me writing.
Right.
And I was saying how like, oh, I'm working on this bit right now about how I don't think we'll ever get nuked because we make Marvel movies. And are you fucking kidding me? We have Robert Downey Jr. Like, you don't fuck with us.
Mhm.
We fuck with you. You don't fuck with us. We are action-packed Marvel movie center. You bomb us, no more Marvel movies the rest of the world? Are you out of your mind? And I was just pitching it. Thank you for laughing a bit. It's a half idea right now.
Yeah.
But Mary Jane, what did
Mhm.
you say?
I said there's a high possibility that we could get nuked at any moment, and I worry about it all the time, so I don't think that's funny.
Oh.
And like I felt my creative glitter just kind of like
Shut
fall
off.
to the bottom of the
And it
my
was like-
creative glitter.
And it was the beginning
Wrist
of our day
juice.
together because we were going to hang out all day. It was Saturday, and we were on our way to like one cool weed thing. And
Yeah.
then we were going to another thing. And then we were like, yeah, I was going to go see Mike. I saw Mike perform that night.
Right.
Obviously, we worked through it and had a great time because we always do. But definitely in that moment, he just turned to me and he was like, Jesus Christ, like, I'm just working on a fucking bit. And I was like, yo, dude, I'm having a whole day that you don't even know about that
Mhm.
we didn't talk about when I picked you up. So maybe I'm feeling kind of serious. And then we just kind of had to have it out like
Yeah.
you do when you are communicative with someone that you care about.
Yeah.
I
Also,
Not necessarily a fight.
No.
It was a fight. I was mad. I was pretty fucking mad.
I felt emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because I was like, okay, well, that's the end of that bit.
Yeah. You felt shut down.
I felt shut down.
Yeah.
That-
And that's
Yeah.
not a good feeling. And I am, yes. And I am sorry for that.
And part of the reason that I think things like that happen between us too, Tema, is
Mhm.
because you read a lot more news than I do. I just grab a headline and then form an opinion that I think
Sure.
could be funny on stage.
Well,
And you're like, well, actually, if you knew anything about the world, and I'm
Right.
like, ew, that's why I open chips while you're talking.
yeah. And then,
love
but
this.
I feel shut down sometimes. So it's like that constant dance of back and forth of like how much shutting down is funny and spicy and friend vibes. And then how much is the part where we're like, okay, let's actually address this.
Do you both feel heard in this conversation?
Oh, yes,
too?
absolutely.
Yeah, well, the key that we have found is walk and talks.
Oh, I love
Fat
a walk
fucking
and talk.
walk and talks.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That's so great.
because I think,
Your guard's down.
yeah,
And you're not making eye contact. This is something
Yeah.
that I've discovered. It's easier for me to unburden my heart when I'm next to the person that I'm,
Yes.
trying to communicate with, but I don't necessarily have to look at them the whole time. Like I can say more when I'm like observing a squirrel in a tree, but you're right next to me.
Yeah.
And we did some fat walk and talks. We actually microdosed and like had a, roll around the
real
city. and
fat walk and
Mhm.
talk.
Yeah, it
because I
was
thought my
good.
joke was funny, and
I was like, we're going to get nuked any minute. I'm real freaked out about it.
Hot
did you see
topics.
Morbius? It's not holding up.
Yeah. Woo.
My
Yeah.
gosh.
So so stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I appreciate your honesty. You both are so connected in so many ways too. Yeah, it's great.
Can we try this,
Yeah,
please,
we have to.
Tema?
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Oh yes, I would love. Yeah.
Let me set it up.
Yeah. Okay.
One of the reasons not only do I love following you on Instagram, but I love knowing you, is not only because your family seems cool as shit. You go on these wonderful vacations, but you also have like family meals that look like I would pay money to come eat at your house.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how else to describe it. You are a family of cooks,
Yes.
a family of people who love flavors, and your Instagram, the DM you sent me leading up to today that was like, FYI, here's the recipe in case you
Mhm.
want it. I'll say no more, except you're a fucking family of chefs, and it's so exciting that you brought food today.
You know what? Who else brings eggplant parmesan to a podcast?
You're the first, and I'm so excited.
And I hope I'm not the last.
Hey, it's hard to follow. This is now what
Yeah.
every guest must do if they want to come on here.
That is very true.
You hear that,
when
Patton?
I texted you, I was like, I mean, yeah, Patton, you hear that? When I texted you, I was like, what can I bring? And you were like, good energy. And I'm like, and eggplant parmesan. You got it. Sounds
Yes.
good. Great. Well, by all means, after you, if you want to get into it,
Yes.
take a little bite.
Well, let's talk about your dad.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about my dad. My dad, he loves to cook. He sells insurance by day and he cooks by night. And he just, it's such a passion for him and he's so into it. And you can tell that he puts his labor of love into it too because of the time that he puts into it. From the moment that he decides what he's going to cook to going shopping to the preparation, the actual cooking, and then the serving. He does not do the cleanup. That is our job. So, and that's totally fine. But this is one of my favorite recipes that my dad likes to make. It's eggplant parmesan. You could do this also with chicken parmesan, but we went with a veggie friendly situation. These are like steaks of eggplant, right?
Yeah, and it smells. I have to say, I'm sure
top.
everyone could hear us crinkling open our cutlery, and I just cracked the top of this. Archie is now.
You want some, don't you, buddy?
Like a wolf. It's crazy. The smell is so tomatoey rich and wonderful.
I love this right now.
Okay,
I'm
wait.
so excited to
Just do
experience
a first bite right
this.
here. Oh my God.
Isn't that insane?
You know, I don't like eggplant except when it's in parm.
Oh, really?
And then it's my favorite thing.
Oh, well, welcome to heaven.
It's so wonderful. Eggplant parmesan is love.
It really is.
It's
it really
love.
is. I think a lot of Italian foods are love, but there's something special about eggplant parmesan, and also
Oh my
just
God.
seeing it all put together and just the sheet of cheese.
Does your dad bread each piece
Oh,
of
yeah.
eggplant?
Yeah, that's actually a really important part of the process of cooking also, is that you want to lightly breadcrumb each side of the eggplant parmesan, and then you put it on the frying pan and just until it's like lightly golden on both sides. Then you take it out, you drain it, and then you put it like in a lasagna. You basically stack it all up together. Bada bing, bada boom.
How you
Michael
liking it,
is
Mike?
so
he's going
quiet.
ham on it.
It's so fucking good.
Isn't that amazing?
It's so good. It's crazy. What I also love is that crispy edge. Like
Yes.
this
This
a
is
crispy
the lace
parm
edge.
edge.
That's the lace edge right there.
Damn, that's good.
That was
Wow.
also why I was like excited to jump in that smash burger. I was like,
Hell
my
yes.
eggplant parm has
I'm going to
a
get some
lace.
wrist juice from the
So what are
fry.
some other go-to recipes for your family? My dad,
Yeah.
one of the reasons I liked him growing up was
Mm-hmm.
his enchiladas that he would
I
make
love
for us.
enchiladas. I
Yeah.
enjoy making enchiladas.
Do
It's
you?
yeah, it's easy. You know what you guys enjoy? I've had seriously, I brought it for you guys to enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god,
Thank you.
my
This
pleasure.
is incredible.
Yeah, it's so good, right?
Mm.
Some other recipes. I mean, my dad makes a homemade pesto for pesto pasta.
Ooh.
I love the salmon that he makes. The way he cooks it is so good. Both on the grill and also if you wanted to pan sear it, or bake it. Actually, when you bake it, pan sear it first and then throw it into the oven
Salmon?
to bake. Yeah.
Is that right? So it stays
Mm.
crispy and then goes
Yes.
cooked through?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ooh.
Game changer, I'm telling you. Because we're about texture, right? So shrimp scampi, chicken piccata. I love the chicken piccata he makes. So my dad's parents, my Bubby and my Zadie, were just the best. They're my dad's from upstate New York, Elmira specifically. And my Bubby just was the best chef. She always cooked. She made homemade blintzes and just all these lovely dishes. And my dad grew up with that and he took on with that. And so he's really just kind of brought that into our family. And my mom is like, well, Bob cooks, so who am I to take that away from him? And then my favorite line she likes to say is, I'll let you do the dishes. I'm like, oh, thank you so much for the permission.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a hard-hitting question for you.
Yeah.
How can he make Jewish food?
Yeah, of course.
Because it's disgusting.
Oh, he can make chollen, which is really
What
good.
is chollen? I've never heard of chollen.
It's kind of like brisket, but he also makes brisket. I think chollen is brisket. It's like a different part of the cow.
Delicious. Okay.
Yeah. He can make homemade blintzes. We love repurposing challah bread and making French toast or making just like a simple breakfast sandwich. I love a runny yolk. So anytime that we get some challah bread and runny yolk together, I mean, talk about the musical notes hitting your ears and your mouth,
Yes,
right? It's just a
bite.
symphony. Top bite for sure. Man, he has all these different recipes, and then I've taken on after that too, but then I also add my flair of creativity, and this is like where I want to circle back to Chopped, because I feel that inspired so much of creativity, because it's repurposing food and whatever you have at your fingertips. So that's where I feel so like free in the kitchen, is like with the creativity of being able to just like reconstruct, break down, and repurpose, and voila, now you have,
well, this is our cream corner then.
This is our cream corner. So
Welcome to Cream Corner. Chopped Cream Corner.
We have a new segment because we were talking so much about the food that just made us like kind of honestly horny.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's got to be our new section, our new segment. Every week we're going to do Creamed Corner, where we discuss something that just made us, made our mouths water and our pants juicy. I don't know how to say it without being weird.
You won't say cream. You won't say cum.
I said it.
You won't say cream.
I said Cream Corner.
Right, but make your pants cream.
Right.
And
panty soup.
Panty soup. This vocab keeps getting better. Oh my god.
So what are the things
Corner.
that have made your mouth and pants and your whole body orgasm?
This eggplant parm
100%
is in there, right?
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, I would say so too.
That's crazy cheesy.
I mean, mouthwater, loins moist. Okay, that's
Moist
what
loins.
producer.
Wow.
Thanks, producer Mark. Let's see. I love just a really good, this is going to sound so simple, but like crisp pepperoni pizza. Like it just has to be the cheese and the proportion, the ratio of like cheese and sauce and crust, like a thin, I love something like Milo and Olive, which is right on Harvard Street in Harvard and Wilshire Boulevard in Santa Monica, which is where I actually live. That's where my apartment is. That place has some of the best pizza that I've had. Also, Pizzeria Mozza has phenomenal pizza.
Yeah, that's my neck of the woods.
Oh yes, they have this one pizza. I think that they have like a breakfast egg or something like that on it. I really love pizza. Pizza really makes me guffaw. And also a hot donut, man. Fresh out the fucking oven,
Cream Corner, hot beignet.
Hot beignet. Is there a donut that you... Excuse me, I'm salivating so much I forgot to swallow. I just literally drowned in my own wet mouth.
Yeah.
Is there because donuts are a big
thing.
part of your life.
Yeah.
Is there one that takes the cake over all the others?
What you did there.
You didn't enjoy it.
I loved it.
Okay.
In here. I love a good cronut, like and I feel like you can I used to get cronuts at DK's Donuts. That was a really great place. But I honestly, this place doesn't get enough hype, is the Donut Hut on Magnolia Boulevard in Burbank. They are constantly churning out fresh donuts, and they are so good. Like when they are fresh and like iced, like you see like the the icing. That's what I meant when they just like shake it all over the donuts. And it's just like there's nothing more mesmerizing, I think, than seeing a donut come to life. But to answer your question, a favorite one, like I do love a chocolate donut. I love a Long John, but also a side note that I have to share. Fun fact about me: I used to suck my thumb until I was 15, and then I switched to dick. But then my thing about the thumb sucking thing.
Sorry, I just picture your thumbs as dicks.
Yeah, whoa! It's Halloween time. Whoa, crazy. Can't wait for you to never get that image out of your head ever. We used to have a nanny who lived with us, a live-in housekeeper, Ines, who unfortunately recently passed away, but she helped raise me. And I remember when I was really young and I was sucking my thumb and she was like, Tema, what does your thumb taste like? Without hesitation, a chocolate donut. That was my response. So like I really go way back with chocolate donuts. I love a good chocolate donut. And the texture is very simple.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that sounds like
Thank
she was an
you.
amazing part of
She
your life.
really was. Yeah.
Ines?
Yeah. Ines. Yeah. From Chile. She was wonderful. I mean, she helped raise me and Noah. So, and,
that was your baby brother?
Noah is my younger brother.
Yeah.
Yes. Noah and I are
you nice to him?
I love Noah.
Oh,
Noah and
you're
I
a
get
good
along
big sister.
Yeah, there was a part, especially because we have a 6.5-year age difference, and so there was a period of time, obviously, like when I was trying out like cigarettes and alcohol and weed, and I was like, well, I don't want him finding out because he's gonna rat on us. But like, I remember coming back from college. It was my sophomore year. It was during October. And I came home for like a weekend or whatever, and he's setting up for Halloween. And I just remember walking up to the house and I was like, he's cool. Like, I accept him now. Like, I accept myself too. You know what I mean? Like, Noah and I get along so well, and just the whole family, we're a pretty close unit. And, he talk about a cook. That man can hold it down on the grill.
Oh, word?
Oh, yeah. He's so good. Talk about a meat thermometer. Ooh. He knows how to use one.
Oh, wow.
It's also a weird way to talk about my brother.
My brother, the human meat thermometer.
Yeah.
Shout out Noah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's cooking in the kitchen, huh?
You should put that in his Tinder bio if he has one.
Actually.
Human meat thermometer. Yeah, ladies. Or I mean, I don't know if he dates women or men, but he's...
thank you for asking. He does have a girlfriend. They're pretty committed to each other.
Does she know how good he is with meat?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she knows. A little too much.
Okay. All right.
This is an awesome cream corner.
I know, right?
Is it time for us to move on to Buds of the Week?
Part?
Yeah.
Well, do you have any cream shares?
Yes, please. I want to hear it.
My cream share today is the eggplant parm.
Yeah.
That is my creamy dream.
That.
It was so truly, there's only the thing that I truly believe about eggplant parmesan, if I'm saying it right.
Oh, yeah.
Being love is that the only way that you can truly have it properly is when it's made by someone at home with love for someone that they love. I don't think I would ever order it in a restaurant because this is the exact way that it should be had.
That's what you want.
And you brought it to us with love. So I'm so grateful. Like, that is truly my cream corner. That is like a mouthful of your dad's love for you. I just ate a mouthful of your dad's love for you.
And that's also
and that's my cream corner.
Track for a song, by the way.
A mouthful of love for you.
A mouthful of Tema's dad's love.
He's gonna love this segment, by the way.
Thanks. What's your dad's name?
Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, Chef Bob.
Thanks, Chef Bob.
Oh, that rules.
All right. Yeah. Can we get to Buds of the Week?
Yeah,
now?
let's get to Buds of the Week.
I might just make mine Chef Bob, but no, please.
I know.
You start out.
Well, is it possible for me to go second
Sure.
this week for Buds of the Week?
I can go first.
Okay. I'd like to go second, and you'll see why when I go.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Buds of the Week?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Just pick a bud or many buds or something you want to shout out that everyone who listens should be excited about and check out themselves.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Things we love to draw attention to. My Bud of the Week this week is a friend of the pod. I'm a big fan of what they do on Instagram. Beard Bros. Beard Bros Farms. Yes. They are an amazing follow. They were all the way up to 120,000, and then Instagram deleted their main page. So now give them a follow at Beard Bros Farms, and that's PHARMS. And they are a great source of cannabis news and just like a touchstone for the culture. They really come from cannabis, so they report on the industry from a community standpoint, which I really love. They're growers, they are patients, they are brothers, they are great people, and they are so smart and so funny. And Mike and I got to hang out with them at the Weed Maps Super Bowl party.
Fun.
And shoot the breeze, and like it was just so cool to really like talk to someone who is it's Billy. who we chatted with, right?
Yeah.
So Billy.
Well, don't take my word for it, because you ushered me out of there before I puked all over the mansion. So I remember it, but I don't remember it.
Well, that Weed Maps party was that was the situation where you were passed a joint that had been dipped in something or rolled in something, and we weren't sure what it was. That was a weird
and then those dudes
situation.
cornered me, and I was like so out of pocket that I couldn't get away from them.
Right.
And
That's
I started
just
like walking on
scary.
the edge of a fountain, making these weird beelines towards like cliffs to try and escape.
Yeah.
And Mary Jane like grabs my arm, is like, "I got you, I'll take care of you," and then
Oh
like
my
got me
God.
out of there. So I don't remember the Beard Bros exactly at that party.
Well, this is also why you forgive me for ruining your jokes. It's because I got you in weird situations.
True that.
So I can ruin
Fair
a joke or two.
enough. In a situation or two, apparently.
Just like, storing my my joke ruining credit for but yeah, it's just like really cool to chat. I mean, they're so informed and opinionated, and it's just a really great combination because there's too much opinion out there without information, and then a lot of information without opinion, and that's never fun. So the intersection of both from very knowledgeable and cool people who come from the community and have a great perspective on the industry, freaking awesome. So follow Beard Bros Farms for everything you kind of need to know. They're reporting, like right now they just put up a story about how the Emerald Cup is returning with the Small Farms Initiative. So they're tapped in. Yeah,
they are.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very rad to hear.
Can I add one thing to the Beard Bro thing, because you just inspired it?
Yeah.
Because they're a very successful company and they're also opinionated and hold people accountable, it shows me that it can be done. Like, you don't have to play nice with everyone so that you think you can like get ahead as a business.
Right. Yeah.
I really appreciate what they do across the board. I just love your Butt of the Week. That's awesome.
Yeah. They're yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I love them too. Come on the pod, guys. Like,
That sounds like a
let's
great
have them on.
idea.
February
2023. Awesome.
I'll remember it. It's going to be great. I promise.
Okay. That's my butt of the week.
My Butt of the Week this week, no need to follow them, but I will say please go to their page if you'd like to donate to something in their honor. My Butt of the Week this week is my really great friend. His name is Sean Cooley. I have known him for almost 10 years, and I love the guy. And he passed away unexpectedly last week, and it's really fucked up. But the thing that I want to leave this Butt of the Week on is a high note. He's been raising so much money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. He lost his dad and his mom this year. It's the whole family. It's like really fucking fucked up. But if you're looking for a place to put a little bit of money into this week and support somebody who is, Sean had raised like $200,000 so far this year for Lymphoma and Leukemia Society. So if you're looking for a place and you got a little extra scratch, please go to his Instagram. It's at Sean Coolish, Coolish. Click the link in his bio to donate. It'll also be in our description for this episode. And I just love the guy, and I miss the guy. And it's obvious he had a really big heart, and he had a lot to give. So that's my Butt of the Week.
Love Cooley. Yeah. And thoughts with all of his friends and family and his wife and everything was like, really shocking that he went so young.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So that's why I wanted to go second.
Got it.
It's a sandwich in some joy.
Yeah.
In between the sad meat.
The sad meat.
Not
the smash burger meat, the sad meat.
The sad meat.
You know what? I'm gonna shout out the Nightcap. The Nightcap, which is a fun little comedy venue in Burbank. And I just did a show there last Saturday. Crushed it. I tried to say that modestly. You can't. But like literally from beginning through the middle till the end, just a really strong set. It's a really fun venue, great workout space. You can get your sets taped there as well, which is really cool in 4K. It's great quality. Just good vibes all around. So shout out to the Nightcap LA.
Nice. Yeah. And is their handle at the Nightcap?
It is
LA?
at Nightcap LA.
Nice.
Yeah. You can check
and they've got open mics there too?
They do actually. They
for
have
aspiring comics?
They do. They actually on Monday nights they've got a bucket I think for an open mic, and then on Tuesdays it's Witty Titties.
Whoa.
Which is an all-female and non-binary Mike, and then they have shows regularly on Fridays and Saturdays.
Witty Titty sounds like a good place for me to show up and try some yoink and hoist.
Dude, the yoink and hoist.
the
the
old yoink and hoist.
Bringing
that,
it back, baby.
They're gonna love it. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, the master yoink and hoister.
If you two tour together and you're meat falling off a bone and she's yoink and hoist, this is a sold out arena tour.
There's no joke.
I
just literally haul my boobs out of my dress and flail them around.
But you don't need much. It's all about the physicality. Clearly, less is more.
Okay, Nightcap LA, we're coming.
Yeah. Yes, we're coming.
This was a very creamy and dreamy episode with some good jokes about your dad, spoonfuls of love, and cream corner. And
yes,
I mean these Snazzle Os have me feeling snazzy. So.
I'm great. So to end, please give everyone your plugs, but also, what do you think about smash burgers, Tema?
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked. So, I actually have a place that I think is a really good smash burger. It's Gold Burger in Highland Park.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I like it's their bar burger. What I love about it is that they have pickled red onions on this burger, and the flavor combined with the sauce that they have and the just the thinness of that smash burger, it really makes it a well-balanced burger for me. But in terms of a smash burger, I need to have at least 2 smash burgers to feel like it's a real proper burger. I can't do a single patty. It's just not enough.
Would you go for just a double stack, or would you do 2 singles?
Ooh, probably 2 singles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double stack. Now we're really like trying to go to Flavor Town, I think, but, which is not a problem. But but yeah, I typically like a strong patty.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that.
I like a thick patty.
I like a thick fat one.
Yeah, and a juicy wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Wrist juice.
Wrist juice.
Wrist juiced.
Which honestly, last question,
Yeah.
and please do your plugs. Have you had a Juicy Lucy?
I have.
How was that?
Where I had it was probably
Do you know what it is, Mary Jane?
Is that a Minnesotan burger?
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's just Minnesotan. I think
Maybe
it's,
invented somewhere in that area.
Maybe somewhere in the middle. We can fact check.
Hey Siri, where was the Juicy Lucy invented?
Here's an answer from worldatlas.com. Juicy Lucy, also written as Juicy Lucy, is a cheeseburger which was invented in South Minneapolis.
Oh,
nice.
shit!
All right. There we go.
It was.
Siri came through. Thanks, Siri.
Yes. Hold on. Let me ask my bestie.
Because my
Where-
concern about it is because it's a burger and the cheese is in the middle and it's molten, that the cheese will never cool down. Like my biggest problem with manicotti is how you have to wait 48 hours to actually eat it
Yeah,
when
that's
it's served to you.
nuclear in your mouth.
It's nuclear.
Yeah.
So like my big thing with a Juicy Lucy is I'm afraid that it would like I just never be allowed
Is
to
it
eat
like
it.
a hot pocket of cheese inside a burger?
Yeah, it's like melted cheese
Oh.
inside of the burger.
That's crazy. How was it?
I mean, pretty good from what I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just 5 to 8 Club is the name of the place that we had the
Man, your
Juicy
bestie
Lucy.
gets back to you fast.
Yeah, that's why she's my bestie.
What's her name?
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
What up,
Shout
Sarah?
out to Sarah.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That
we
was a
name dropped her
record
earlier.
response time. My
I know.
besties don't fucking get back to me for like a day.
She was probably also thinking about the Juicy Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't leave you on
said-
read.
I literally said, where was that Juicy Lucy from? The one in the restaurant we went to. And she said 5 to 8 Club, but Matt's is better. Okay.
Holy shit, 2 seconds later.
Look
Sarah.
at that. She comes in like, with the hot info. I love it.
Fucking love it.
Hot top.
Well, tell everyone where they can find you and all of the cool shit that you're doing.
Oh, wow. So you can find me at Tema Sall on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and then also YouTube, and then at Tema Sall Official on TikTok for you TikTokers out there. And where else? I have a website, temasall.com.
Nice.
I also, guess what? I brought my merch today, y'all.
Oh, what?
Fantastic.
I got some merch.
Hell yes. What?
I had these made by Joey Orion. Shout out to Joey Orion.
nice.
That's not his name.
Joey Orion.
Joey Orion. That's
Yeah,
not
follow.
his
Give
name.
Joe
Ryan.
Joe Ryan. JORION. Give him a follow. He's
It's
always
Joe
doing.
Murphy.
Joe Murphy.
Yeah,
Joey
that's what I
Murphy is always doing cool like Inktober and all sorts of challenges on
those
his Instagram.
rocks.
Aren't
All
those
good
amazing?
donuts.
Holy smokes.
Well,
There's a
what's fun-
glitter Sall Good donut.
There's a glitter Sall Good donut, and then that one is glow in the dark.
The black and white one
Yeah.
glows in the dark.
Oh, this is so
Oh,
sweet.
these
And
are
it's a donut And it says Sall Good because my
You-
last name's Sall, and that's my thing.
Oh, the
Sall
donut
Good.
even has a little smiley face in there.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
Isn't that fun?
Tema, this rocks.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you guys.
Come back anytime.
Oh, I would love to be here anytime. You guys are the best.
Also,
for
please
having me.
keep us posted about the goings on, like behind the scenes at Abbott
Yes.
Elementary, because that just sounds like such a wildly creative and fabulous place for you
It
to
has
land
been.
at this point in your career
Thank
as you continue to
you.
grow as a
Thank you.
on-camera performer, first team, second team,
Thank
all the
you.
teams.
I appreciate that.
It's
so
really
much.
fucking cool.
It's a fun journey to be on, and I'm happy to share with you guys. So
Dope.
thank
Sall
you guys
Good,
for having
baby.
me. Yes,
Yeah.
Sall Good.
It's all good.
Follow us at Weed and Grub. Email us at wg@weedandgrub.com. Leave a 5-star click on Spotify or Apple iTunes. Thank you. We've gotten quite a few this past week, which feels really, really good. Leave a review if you'd like to do that. Follow Tema everywhere. Click all the links in our show description.
Keep sending whiz pics and also send in some topics that Mike and I should fight about because we're spicy.
We are spicy.
Spicy meatballs.
I get weird at the end of the year because it's the end of the year, and I
Right.
get very spicy. So let's fight.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to see them fight more. Fight.
I'm spicy
No, that's
too.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, listen, how much would anyone pay
Spread love.
to watch us fight?
Fist or mental?
Ooh,
Both.
Both.
Yeah, I'll fight with these boobs.
Yeah.
Yoink and hoist
Yoink and hoist,
smack
baby.
you right around.
Yoink and
Be like,
hoist. What's
"Shut
your
up,
move,
Mike.
huh?
Shut up. Just shut
My head turns all the way around, and then my body spins the other way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Terrifying, but nice.
Oh my goodness. No, I love hanging out with you, and I'm so glad that you came to hang out with
Thanks
us.
for having
Tema.
me to hang. It's
Thank
been a real
you.
pleasure.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.